Attack hard and suck ass! Hello guys, Rookie here and welcome back to a new ZZZ video. Today we're gonna have a discussion about ZZZ meta, more specifically about attack agents and also specifically Seed, because Seed, not gonna lie, she's kinda underwhelming. She's far from the savior of attack agents that ZZZ actually promised us, so yeah. Now, some of you might actually have noticed that I really didn't make a preview video about her, and the reason for that is pretty simple. It's because she's too reliant on other agents, because she really wants another attack agents to be on her own vanguard, because both her and the agent can benefit from her buffs. So yeah, she's more like an hybrid, an hybrid of a support and attacker than a fully on attacker, which means you can't really use her as a hyper carry. So a vanguard gains clear damage, attack, etc, etc. Now the problem of that is that recommending Seed is very situational. It depends if you have a lot of attack agents or not. So in order to avoid making the same mistakes that I made with the Yuzua video, which I really didn't know what to recommend there or not, that is also the reason why I didn't make a video about Seed's preview. In my case specifically, she really isn't a good deal, because the only attack agent that I have is Aromasa. And Cody, if you really wanna counter, if you really are desperate to counter as a DPS, so yeah.
Need something?
The problem of Aromasa, which is something everyone that recommends you to pull for if you have Raru, which that doesn't mention. I'm looking at you, you tell people to actually pull for Seed if you have Aru, but you are forgetting to mention one important thing, which is Aru doesn't like to stay on field a lot of time. That's the biggest issue that people are forgetting to mention when pairing, when recommending Seed to Aru mains. Like, unless you are willing to play Aru or an Aru Moron Shock team, which is the hardest team to play in the whole game, more harder than Miyabi's Mono Ice, because you both need to be able to keep the anomaly active all the time, so that he can gain the bonus attack with the Thunder Metal set, and also you have to apply the anomaly at the right time, so he can actually apply quivers when there aren't any on the field. Yeah, unless you're planning to play Aru with that team with Seed, then I really cannot recommend pulling Seed if you don't play Aru specifically that way. And the only way that you can play Aru that way is that you have another anomaly agent, anomaly electro agent that can apply the anomaly, which can be Grace or more likely Yanagi, because Grace, I mean, he can work with Grace, but really isn't the idea at all. So
ask
yeah.
my colleagues.
So my case specifically, Seed is not worth it. And now is where I actually like the issues with Seed altogether. More specifically about something that I noticed across all the OVS games, since lately that they have a bad habit of making cards too reliant on each other. What do I mean by that? Is that cards really can function on their own very well. And especially DPS, which is an issue that is becoming recurrent lately in the OVS game. I mean, we got Acheron, we had the same issue in Starel, which you absolutely need Naivety and specifically Joshua, otherwise she does nothing on damage. We got also Maovika, which she needs another Lancatre, more specifically Citali, just to be able to fill her ultimate quickly and actually fully unleash her damage. And so on and so on. Seed is kinda on the same boat, that she really needs another attack agents in order to fully maximize her potential, which is something that I really don't like, because I like to have the freedom to put certain cards to where I want. So I actually like, especially my main DPS, to be as flexible as possible. That's the reason why I actually really love Miyabi, because Miyabi works so well with anyone. You can put her with anyone and she's still gonna work pretty well. Same thing for Piper, same thing for Bunice, Nicole as well. Like, I really like Fufu too. Fufu is surprisingly flexible as well, so yeah. So that's a really thing that I'm looking forward to a card, and Seed doesn't have that at all. She really wants another attacker agent, and more specifically also a stunner, and most likely trigger, because as attacker, as she being an attacker, she desperately needs a stunner to do more damage with the stun window. The problem is that she also needs an attacker as well to fully maximize her kit, which means you don't have any room for support characters whatsoever, which this really undermines her like a lot compared to the flexibility that normally characters have, which you can pair them with whatever the fuck you want and they're still gonna work regardless. I mean, Rapture Agents, because the Rapture Agents, where it is? Like they are so busted that they can ignore the defense altogether. They don't even need to call us with how much good they are. Yeah, you can see why that is kind of. You can see why I see this kind of a problem. And it is my issue specifically with attack agents. Like, it is not possible. It is not possible that they always. Sure, people are gonna praise it and see this quote-unquote balance, but to me personally, it's an issue because we're not getting, like, we still haven't got a really good. I mean, we got Evelyn, but aside from Evelyn, still haven't got another good main attacker DPS. Like, what the hell? Like, we got Ellen that, yeah, she's got her buff, but she's still not good enough. Hugo that is the most greedy. Hugo, specifically fucking Hugo. Waste the motherfucker. Hugo that is the most greedy ass motherfucker that he needs both his boyfriend, which is Lycon, and also Keta's boyfriend, which is Lighter, just to do damage comparable to the top DPSs. And what's got? We got Aru that
something?
Yeah, he still hasn't got a fully dedicated support to this day, because to me Sid isn't a dedicated support to him, because I repeat, he doesn't like staying on field a lot of time, so yeah. And then what else we got? I mean, you yeah, we got also Zambi, which we were supposed to believe that she was gonna reach top tier once Sid actually came out, and surprise, surprise, she doesn't work super well with Sid, so yeah, she still is a fumble in my opinion, because there is no way that the freaking face of the game is just a mid card as I said, so yeah. Yeah, you can see why I'm getting frustrated with attack agents. Like, just look at my shield defense clear. Look at my normally, and look at my fucking attack agents clear. Sure, you can argue that having Miyabi e Burnisso same with Astra is kinda illegal. Okay, true. And sure, Miyabi is way stronger than her. Okay, whatever. But the fact that he cannot kill him. But I'm not can clear it in like within 2 minutes and 30 seconds with Aru. Sure, not the most build exquisite Aru, whatever, okay. But it's not like my Miyabi as a great build either. And the fact that despite that, despite not having really good DPS outside Evelyn, we still am getting an absolutely broken DPS. When am I getting freaking what was her name? Hidari, which mind my words, guy. She's gonna be top tier when she's actually gonna come out. I mean, Rapture Ice Agent, Berserker like Utah, she's definitely gonna be top tier. That kinda pisses me off. Like, it's not possible that every DPS, every attack DPS is only to be balanced and never broken. Never. Only anomaly and Rapture Agent can get this privilege, but the others they get fucking the ass. Like, every time that we have the possibility of getting a good attack DPS, we always get screwed around. And no, guys, this isn't a problem that you can fix by simply investing on your attack cards. Because sure, you can do that, but like the amount of time that actually is required to build a good enough set for attack cards to compete with anomalies and raptures is so intrinsically high that I rather invest my time on building everything else other than attackers. Because it is not possible that you have to freaking spend all your batteries, all your resources just for Aru to be able to clear Q7. It is not possible. It is not possible for him or for any attack agents that matter. Like, the only exception of that rule is Evelyn, but even she actually struggles a lot, and she needs a W engine, mind you. Evelyn needs the W engine, otherwise there is no way that she can compete with other top tier DPSs. And Hugo, you go against his engine and to shoot the three best stunners on the game. That is not possible. You cannot. Like, Sid to me she's a freaking fumble because she cannot just be a support for other attack agents. No, she needed to save the attacker. Sure, she can buff attacker agent, but she needed to be strong on her own just to make attackers random once again. Instead, no, she does. I mean, she does decent amount of damage, but not more than Sammy does on her own. And I reckon that Sammy can do more with double support if it is invested in very well. So yeah, to me Sid is nonsensical. To me Sid is a waste of effort and it is a waste of pulls. Why would I recommend pull for her when my Haru barely works for her, when I don't have any attack agents outside of Korin and Haru, when I can just save my pulls and pull for Vivi instead? Which would open me a lot more options for my team, as I can actually get 3 things for the assault, because I only have 2 right now that I can 3 stars, so yeah. So in this baffling to me that I see people recommending Sid Terry, pull Sid Terry, because she works with Sam, she works with Haru, she works with Julian, when she barely synergizes with them, especially with Haru, and when she barely brings any value on your account, which if you are a free-to-play player, you have to think about that. You have to think about that fury, about which card brings you more value, which about one. Yeah, you know what I mean. You really need to think about about what card can actually bring you more value to account. So yeah, so that's why I cannot recommend Sid, and I'm getting sick of this bullshit. Defending this. Alpha's Carter just because but she can buff Neko. She can buff Nekomata. Wow, applause, best card ever. She can buff the most useless DPS in the game and most useless card in the game probably. No, I mean no, Ben is still there, lol. So yeah, wow. Like I'm getting angry because they're using this nonsense about she being balanced as an excuse for your laziness. Like, they know that attack cards suck. They know that they're in a weaker position compared to anything else. And they don't know they're gonna get in weaker once we are gonna enter the Rapture meta. Because we are gonna enter the Rapture meta with both Hidari and Lucia. And what they do, instead of actually fully strengthening DPS cards, they actually do nothing. They just do a little, there is a little buff in terms of Sid and Offie, which you absolutely need to pull Offie just to make her good enough in comparison to anything else. And you need Offie also just to make your other attack agents comparable to anything else. That is nonsense. This behavior that needs to be called, not to be justified behind the balance part. I don't give a fuck if you see this attack agent are gonna be so strong that they're gonna creep other things. We need a good attacker DPS, because like that it's not possible. Because like that attack agents are just gonna be completely forgotten by the time we reach 3.0. Oh, that's what I wanted to say about this matter discussion. I'm sorry, like I know some of you might be pissed about the fact that I insulted CDU waifu because she's pretty. She actually, I mean, I don't say she completely useless. She can do good. She can do good stuff. She does buff an attacker agents, which is good. But there is none. But you cannot use that to excuse the fact that she is weak. Too weak for being a new release card. Why would I pull specifically when I still can clip fine with not my greatest build Haru ever, and despite not being the best Haru main player? Why would I waste my pull on that when I can get something better like a Vivian? Why? Oh yeah, you do. In the future when she's gonna run. Why? To me that is nonsensical what people are recommending her. So yeah. I said everything that I needed to be said for this video, so I'm gonna end this video here. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, etc, and see you guys next time. Ciao!